Welcome to the DY Prize channel. It's your guy, DY Fly. And today we got bold predictions, hot takes. I got hot takes like hot cakes. The one caveat for these hot takes is it's not going to be injury based. So there aren't going to be any Jordan Whittington top 10 fantasy wide receiver predictions in this, even though I want to slide one in there. Trust me, I think it's coming. But let's get into it. Hot take number one. Kyle Pitts will lead the Atlanta Falcons in targets, receptions, and touchdowns. This is an anti-Drakelondon take. And like Hove said, we don't believe you. You need more people. And this is a takeover. This is a Kyle Pitts takeover. We need to see these guys do it. If I had to put my money somewhere, it's on Kyle Pitts. He's bigger, faster, got better hands. He can run a 4.4. We seen him have a 1,000-yard receiver with some trash quarterbacks already. So Drakelondon, he can have the yards, but Kyle Pitts, targets, receptions, touchdowns, that's all Kyle Pitts, baby. To the moon. Next, Jerome Ford will finish as a top 8 running back. Now, I haven't seen any news on Nick Chubb ever since he did the squats. I don't know if his knee burst and he couldn't run no more or whatever, but I haven't heard nothing. But what I do know is Jerome Ford is capable, right? They have a great running game in Cleveland, right? They're run heavy, right? We don't know when Nick Chubb's coming back. And who cares? If you have Jerome Ford, just ride him till the wheels fall off. Jerome Ford, top 8, baby. Next on the list, Diontae Johnson will finish as a #1 receiver this year. Now, you are looking at a Diontae Johnson stand, but there's reason for that, okay? First of all, the man is a route running savant. He gets open. Don't give me, oh, his hands. He's kind of shaky with his hands. Nah, we putting all that in the past. Dave Canales, offense, genius. We like those things together. Bryce Young, #1 pick. He's about to show it in the Dave Canales offense. So we're putting all that together with a guy that gets open, and we're going to get at least 140, 150 targets. He's already done it in the past. He averaged 17 points a game a couple years ago off a straight volume. You don't think he can do it again with a better quarterback? He was playing with Kenny Pickett. Diontae Johnson, #1 wide receiver, to the moon, bucket. Next on the list, Trevor Lawrence will finish outside the top 15 quarterbacks this year. Now, Doug Peterson, overrated play caller. Trust me, I know. I'm an Eagles fan. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence, mid quarterback. Now, a couple years ago, we used to rank quarterbacks or figure out how good they were with Kirk Cousins being the threshold of, are they better than Kurt or are they worse than Kurt? Now, Kurt has risen above that. He has risen to new heights, and we're not going to put him at that lowly stage right now. But you know who is there now? You know who took his spot? Trevor Lawrence. He's a middling quarterback. He might not be a bum and a scrub, but he's definitely a middling quarterback. And mix that with Dougie P, and what you get is a quarterback that finished outside the top 15, especially with this new crop of quarterback coming in. Caleb, JD5, Drake May, Michael Penix. They all going to finish above Trevor Lawrence. Hot takes. Up next, Rachaad White will finish as a #1 running back this year. As fantasy managers, we always look towards the next thing instead of looking at the golden goose that's sitting right in front of us. That's something we have to tame down when we're deep into this fantasy game. Sometimes you just need to focus, oh, this guy's been productive in the past couple years. Let's stick with him. Rachaad White, he is big, he's fast, he can catch, and Bucky Irvin is not a threat. Hot takes. Rachaad White will finish as a top 12 running back. I promise you. Who cares if he can't run between the tackles? David Johnson couldn't run between the tackles. And where did he finish? Next, sticking with the running backs, Brian Robinson will finish as a top 10 running back. Quiet as kept, Brian Robinson is a workhorse. Might be a bell cow. No one can see that right now because he has this cloud of dust hanging over him, and his name is Austin Eckler. Now, this dusty cloud will go away. I promise you, it'll go away. You know why? Because he moved from LA to DC. And you know what? He's going to be miserable. Austin Eckler is checked out mentally. LA to DC? But we saw it last year. He's dusty. He got walked down. in the offense that they're in, they want to throw it down the field, but they're not going to be able to because that offensive line is trash. Okay. So Jaden Daniels, he's going to be checked down Charlie. And like I said, Brian Robinson, he's a workhorse. He can run, he can catch, and he'll be catching more passes this year after they phase out Austin Eckler because he's done. Who's next? On to my guy, DJ Moore. DJ Moore will finish as a top 5 wide receiver. Now, this one's so easy to see. Last year, when DJ Moore got traded to the Bears, we said that Justin Fields was the best quarterback that he's ever played with. And you saw the season that he just had. He snapped. Now he gets an upgrading quarterback and Caleb Williams, right? So why can't he do the numbers that he did last year or even better? Doesn't make sense to me. He went in the third, fourth round. Whoever drafted him, y'all enjoy it. DJ Moore, top 5. Hot takes. I don't care about rookie Rome. I don't care about Fat Keenan. Give me DJ Moore for fantasy points, touchdowns, and a championship. Book it. Next. Kylermurray will finish as a top 5 quarterback. He was doing that back in the day with just D-Hop. Now you give him a couple more weapons. Trey McBride, Marv Jr., Michael Wilson. He's supposed to be good. We'll find out. He got a couple running backs. And he's supposed to be healthy. The ceiling is the roof. Let's go. Kylermurray, top 5. He can still run. You know, them little legs be moving? Huh? He can do it. Top 5. Let's go. Next. Now, last but not least, this is a 2-for-1 special. Deebosamuel will finish as a top 5 wide receiver. Now, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, that pains me to say because I can't stand none of them dudes. All right? I can't stand the sound of 49ers even coming out of my mouth and back into my ear holes. I don't like them. But Deebosamuel will finish as a top 5 wide receiver. You know why? Because Kyle's going to give him the ball. And you know why? Because Brandonaiyuk will finish outside the top 20 wide receivers this year. You know what I know? Is that Kyle Shanahan is the best definition of proud and egotistical. And we're going to find out if he's spiteful, which I'm going to put my chips on and say that he is. And he's not going to give Brandonaiyuk the target. He's going to make him pay. He's going to make him pay for this contract situation of this whole summer, holding out, asking for a trade me here, trade me there. Oh, no, I'm not signing the contract. For that contract to be sitting on the table for 14 days and making the 49ers wait, Kyle's going to make him pay. He's going to give Deebo more targets. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to send Deebo on a route that is normally used for BA, and he's going to throw it to him just to spite him. It doesn't even matter if it's completed or not. And this is going to happen up until about week 8, week 9, and then he's going to start feeding them. But by then, your team's going to be out of the running. Whoever has Brandonaiyuk, your team's going to be done by then. Whoever has Deebo, look, just be happy your wide receiver didn't hold out. But that's what it is. Bold predictions that'll set you on fire. But I appreciate you clicking on the video and watching this long. If you like the content, like, share, comment, subscribe. And as the season goes along, our teams will get better. I'm going to get better. But if you don't like that, you know the deal.
You going to get down or you going to fucking lay down.